Alright, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use OpenCode. OpenCode is an open source, just from the name OpenCode. It's an open source agent, is a coding agent. So open source coding agent that you can use to directly, refactor your code, troubleshoot, debug your codes, and you can use it on your desktop or maybe any IDE that you have. You can integrate it with most open source IDEs, and you can use that to um, work as other AI models like the Chat GPTs of this world, the Claude, and any of those AI models. Perplexity and the rest of them. You use them the same way, the Groks and the rest of them. Now, the advantage of this is you can use the free um, LLMs that are available with OpenCode. So we're going to install OpenCode on this computer, and then we're going to use that to run some code examples. And you're going to see we're going to use it to build a simple website. For instance, we're going to build a simple website. So without further ado, so let's go. The first thing I want to do is to go to create a folder, a directory on my computer, or I'm gonna make a directory on my computer. I'm gonna call it OpenCode. So the first thing is to make mk directory dir, then I'm gonna call it OpenCode. So let's spell it this way: OpenCode. All right, so it has made the directory called OpenCode. So we're gonna navigate to that. So to go there, we're gonna do, you can do ls, you just list everything on my computer, but I want to go directly to that. So I'm gonna do cd, and I'm gonna type op, and just press tab. So it's gonna bring everything that starts with op, and we want to go to OpenCode. Now we're in OpenCode, so we can install the OpenCode here on my computer. So it's gonna be npm install -g space OpenCode -ai, right? So you press enter and you just give it some time to install. You might be informed that some files need sponsorship, or they are orphaned and all that, needs repair and whatever. You do that. But if you're not asked to do any of that, then you just continue. Just wait for it to finish. All right, it's done. Now, if you read through, you can see one package, install script, not yet covered by allow script. Okay, OpenCode AI. Yeah, you can see the version installed. You can run this to allow this script once, or npm config set allow script, and to allow them for all global installs. So you can do this if you want, but we're not going to do that. I just want you to know that OpenCode is installed. It is that easy. You just need internet, and then you can just install it. Now, I intentionally wanted to install it on the directory called OpenCode, but you can install it anywhere. You can install it in your root. Well, I prefer you don't install in your root. Anyways, now let's open OpenCode. To run OpenCode, you just have to type OpenCode. That's it. OpenCode, press enter, and then it's going to bring up another IDE or UI for you, and that. So give it a few seconds to load up. Yeah, OpenCode is now alive and running. So we're gonna learn a few things. So one of the things to one of the good things about OpenCode is you don't have to memorize all the shortcuts and everything that you need to do. You don't need to memorize all of them. That's the internet for you, first of all. But secondly, you can just press slash, and then you can see all the options that the slash brings up. And this is a very powerful thing to do. So if you want to switch your model. For instance, OpenCode starts with this big pickle, OpenCode Zen, as the model, the default model. But you can switch that. Once you do slash, you start typing models, and then you can switch to any of these free models. You can also add your own, but see, you have all these free models you can run. Yeah, this is one good thing about this. So I'm not gonna do any of this because I really like what I have, but that's one of the ways to go. So now let's just build a simple, let's say a website, HTML website, with a user login, and okay, that says welcome to Hacker World. Let's say HackerNet, for instance. The username, the user okay, username should be, let's say, tests, and password shall be 1234. So let's change this to shall. All right, and that's what we, upon successful login, this login display the home page for HackerNet Wireless with the subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can just describe this as best as you can and just hit enter and let it do the rest. All right, it's gonna build. If there are questions, you could even prompt it better. You can say, if you have any questions, let me know, or prompt me before going further. But we just want to do something quickly. We can test on what's it called? We can test using JSBin. So let's give it time to run. So it's using big pickle for this build, and he has thought about this for a whole 123 milliseconds. Preparing, right? And then, yeah, I think you can also tell it to browse a file and make changes, debug, and give you some reports. To log in somewhere to give you a report of what it sees and all that, and if something fails, why did it fail, and how can you make it better, right? So you'll give you suggestions, and then you can make the changes yourself. This is one amazing thing about this, and it's all free and all open source, right? There are other options. I have a local free LLM running on my machine too that I cloned from GitHub, but you don't have to do that anymore. You can use OpenCode, and yeah, maybe I can do a tutorial on that later, but for now, let's just wait for it to be finished the build. It takes time though. I think if I did this with Claude, it must have completed the build by now. We're probably gonna test this with Claude as well and see the difference, which one is better. So if I copy this now, I'm gonna, okay, it's done. So it's done. Okay, let me just copy everything. Wow, he wrote 1,000 plus lines of code. Can you see what he did in seconds? Or you can say minutes, but let's say. So I have selected everything, copy. Now I'm gonna go to JSBin. I'm gonna paste it on JSBin and just test it. Let's test it with JSBin. I use JSBin .now.com. I use JSBin to test HTML pages. You might have other ones, but that's what I use. And now this is the website. Welcome to HackerNet. So the username we said is test, and the password is 1234. Then we'll log in, and voila, it's logged in. It's logged in. It's logged in. Right. So we can then go ahead and do other things. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, learn more, view plans, and all that. Home about everything is done for us quickly. Everything is done for us. Plan, right, contact, and so on and so forth. Right. So you've just built your website using OpenCode. Now, this is not something you're going to deploy in the public, because if you want to build a real website, you have to have a backend and have a way of integrating the backend and all that. This is just test. Everything is stored on this front end. Both the username and password are all stored on the front end, nothing on the back end. So it's just, if you get this right, this happens. If you don't get it right, this happens. Let me show you what I mean. If I go back to the code, I go to the HTML side, and then I'm just gonna make any edits here. Maybe just something as simple as space. I will reset what we did, and now when we come here, and we'll just use the username again, test, password 1234. But before I send it, let me change the username to something else. So let's see what happens. So I'm gonna add one to it, and then click on sign in. So it wouldn't sign me in. Now all these are all on the front end. There's no back end, invalid username or password. But this tells you that the code was actually written properly. Now, if it was a real website, you have to have a backend that manages this. This um, password and username will be submitted to your backend, and then your backend will validate. That is where you still need human beings to manage your backend, to set up the backend and all that. But for this test, if you know what you're doing already, you can manage the backend and just use this tool to help you with the front end. All right. So this is it. We're done here. I'm gonna just I corrected the password, and I'm gonna hit enter, and we're in. And you can see the animation. Everything is done for you. Done for you. Everything is done for you. So let's go back to our open code. Now I'm gonna copy the same prompt, and I'm gonna try. Let me try this same prompt with Claude. All right, so we're gonna try Claude. Same prompt. We're gonna see Claude for sure is gonna be faster. Claude is gonna be faster. No questions about that. However, we're gonna see the result. And with Claude, you can actually test right here on Claude. It will do the demonstration for you. It will do the it will give you, it will write the code on the left hand side, and then it will give you the demo on the right hand side. So um Claude was interrupted. Okay, don't disappoint me, Claude. I was praising you just moments ago. Let's see. So um we're gonna build a website for booking a hotel reservation. Right, let's do that. Let me go to this guy here and build it. Now, build me a hotel reservation website. Okay. Now act as a specialist in tourism and hospitality industry, and create a stunning website for booking hotel reservations. Find the best prices out there. Then I say I will provide the check-in and check-out. It's the number of people um and the What else do we need? Type of room, smoking versus non-smoking. Okay. Give me a checkbox for pets allowed slash not allowed. Okay, we can even make that okay, let's say do the same for the smoking versus not smoking. All right, what else we need in a hotel reservation? um um loyalty points, loyalty points for returning customers. But again, um make the site, what's the word we're gonna look for? Intuitive to use, intuitive and easy to use by all. Okay, payment can be by credit card or PayPal. Accept CC credit card and as let's say okay 4567. Okay, 4567. Then we're gonna do 5678. I'm gonna do 6789. And then we're gonna do 78990. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay. Expiry date is 12/39, 12/34. Okay, and CVV code is we're gonna call it 567. Okay, so you can see I'm just doing one to 10. So starting from 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, and then I start again from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so I can remember it if I go out of this place. All right, so this is the code we've entered. The prompt we have, use images, use free stock images on the internet as needed, but they must be relevant to the site design. All right, so we're gonna stop so far. Can I do copy? Yes, I can. So copy this, and then I'm just gonna hit enter. I did copy because I want to use it on Grok as well. So let's go see what Grok was doing. If it was Grok was done, it's actually built basically the same thing. Oh wow. Okay, so I'm gonna just test it here. So username is test, and the password is 1234. Login. Let's see. Doesn't let me log in because why? All right. So let me paste the new prompt here, and I'm gonna copy this code and test it on Jasmine. Okay. Let's test. So we're comparing OpenCode with Claude. All right. So I'm gonna just minimize that and just have the output only. Let's see. All right, test. Password 1234. All right, so it actually works. Enjoyed your visit. Subscribe to my channel, to my YouTube channel for more updates, tips, and behind the scenes content. You can now click there to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, it's blocked. Yeah, this computer has been blocking navigation to the YouTube channel. But you can see this is done. This is beautiful, right? Basic but beautiful. Then you can log out if you will. Now let's just compare side by side. Let's do this just being as well. We're gonna go to the Chrome. We're gonna get not Chrome but Firefox. Then we're gonna get the code, bring it over here so we can compare side by side. All right, so now we're gonna compare. So this second tab, this tab, look, look, they let's log out here and see. Yeah, look, welcome to Ethernet, welcome to Ethernet, sign in to access Ethernet wireless, sign in to continue. Same kind of idea of the theme, not exactly the same. Now let's see test here, and then password 1234, login. Now this is OpenCode. OpenCode gave us more pages. It gave the home page, the about, the plans, the YouTube, and the contact. And then it tells you sign in as this, you can log out. Now, Claude tests 1234. All right. So what do you prefer? It's up to you what you want. But hey, this is beautiful. Well, let's redefine. This is beautiful. I like it. This is really beautiful. It's actually one page. All of them are one pages, but the way that OpenCode did it was such that it gives you the idea of multiple pages, but everything is on the same page. It just scrolls continuously, right? But if you click on this, it will quickly navigate you to that place. All right, this is beautiful. So use whatever you want, but if you're looking for maybe introduction to using AI for your projects, try OpenCode. We're going to try other ones in the future, but we're going to stop it here today. But try OpenCode. Let's see if we are able to test the second. Oh, I haven't started generating here, but let's see what OpenCode has done with the second prompt we gave it. We wanted it to build a hotel reservation for us. One thing that I want to see in OpenCode is the ability to click a button to select. I have built a UI UX for myself, which I will try to see if I can integrate OpenCode to it. If I do, like I built a local IDE for myself. If I'm able to integrate OpenCode to it, I'll prefer it because in the IDE that I built for myself, I added buttons that I could use to select the entire page. Just click on it and it will copy instead of selecting gradually like this. And maybe there's a way to copy everything without Control A, because Control A will probably mean I have to copy everything, including the text, my prompts. But I don't want to copy my prompts. Now you can, if you look on the right hand side, you can see the context. How many tokens I've used? 59,000 tokens. So 30% usage, and then I've spent $0 on it, right? So it's really very useful. So I'm gonna copy all this, copy. Then let's go back and create a new tab and just call it just bean again. And we're gonna on that tab we're gonna paste the code. All right, we'll give it a second to copy to load. We'll give the site some time to load. It's kind of slow, which is not expected for just loading a page. Just being should just load right away. So it could be that the Wi-Fi here is a little bit slow. All right, so maybe it explains why the whole thing wasn't as smooth as I wanted. Now, I've pasted the code. It's going to take a while to appear. I'm going to close the HTML portion so I just have the output ready. Just being is really powerful for learning how to test everything. Look at this. Look at this. Where every state becomes a memory. Look at this. Look at this. Award-winning luxury since 2008. Well, Grand Horizon. Look at this. So your points, book now, and then so when you're checking in, you can select when you're checking in and when you're checking out, how many guests. So you can select the number of guests, the kind of room, deluxe, and then how much per night. Smoking, no, not smoking, yeah. Pets allowed, no. If you want pets, you can select, and then wow, then you can search for rooms. So 13 coming out on the 14th. Search for rooms. Obviously, this is not real because you need a backend that is integrated with your front end. But you can see to complete your booking, you have two guests, one night, non-smoking, pets, $35 per night. You added that to credit card or PayPal. So the credit card is filled in for us, and all those things are filled in for us. And then you can just pay. Awesome, awesome, wow. This is really beautiful, right? This is beautiful. So you can play around with this, and then of course, maybe even help you to generate ideas. It's never complete. It's not comprehensive. You can't just host this. You need to at least this gives you an idea if you already know what you're doing. This gives you an idea if you already know what you're doing. So you can have to integrate your backend, the payment portals, and on the rest of them, and then your login has to be managed. You have to have the right identity manager for your if you're using login, right? And then you can look at the rooms and loyalties and amenities and all that and all that and all that. This is beautiful. Let's see if Grok was able to generate the same. Is Grok still asking questions or is it done? Let's see. Oh wow. So wow, Grok is doing much detailed work. He's generating Harbor and key. Okay, let's see. Let's get the HTML. Copy the code for Grok. Grok is gonna be second tab here. Just been Grok is using some beautiful images. Whoa! Oh, I love what Grok is doing. All right, not Grok. Sorry, I'm giving Grok the credit that he didn't earn. This is Claude. Sorry, Claude. All right, so let's see what Claude did. Claude, not Grok. What's the relationship between Claude and Grok? Apart from both of them being AI tools. Whoa! Whoa! This is amazing. This is this is amazing. This is amazing. Oh man. Oh man. This is amazing. This is superlative, I tell you. This is superlative. This is your payment section. Oh man. This is super. And it compares other sides and then tells you what is this is great. This is I don't even know what to say. We just built something amazing together, right? This is the power of AI. This is where we are today. Now, let's compare both of them. Now, obviously, this is great. It has the image at the background, but in terms of likability, I prefer the one generated by Claude. So Claude wins in this case. Claude wins. You might run out of your credit on Claude, but it wins in this case. Then you can also subscribe to Claude. They have cheap, not I would say cheap, but they have reasonable plans that you can purchase. They have reasonable plans, so you can subscribe to Claude and get some. Let's see. I think you can get under $20 or around $20. Um, Plan. You can get around $20 plan. Yeah, we can look at the plans later. So let's just say Claude price plan. All right. But again, I'm using a free Claude plan now because most of the work I do, they are not heavy, and I could use open code. I could use the free LLM, which is running locally on my computer. Also, I can also use my own plan called Hacker IDE. I have some. Maybe I'll test it in my next video. I'll test it. I'll cut this now and I'll test my uh, personal local LLM so you can see how that works as well. All right. Cloud plan. I'm waiting for the plan. Once it loads, we can call it a day. All right. So there's a free plan. Um, Usage capacity is limited. Occasional use. Okay. Pro plan is $20 per month, or you can get $200 per year. Regular use, standard usage. Maximum is $100 a month. Max, so that's max times 5x, and max 20x. So you do your research. I'm not recommending anyone do your research and make your choice. But you can start with free plan. The one I'm recommending is free plan. All right, and then you have the limited usage. So you get some. Of course, there's fair use. You don't have to abuse it because it's free. So there's fair use there. All right. So all right, I'm gonna stop so far. All right, thank you for joining. I remember to like and subscribe, comment. We've not been making lots of videos, um, for some reason, but we're gonna try to do some videos from now on. And like I said, I'm gonna do another video later today to show you how I use my local LLM. The one that I host locally on my computer is runs on my local host, so I won't show it now because it will just stretch this video. So let me pause and then come back later and do that. All right. Thank you. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, share, and yeah, stay creative. Bye bye.